right? And to teach you that there's no differences between you and the person next to you, because you guys should all end up the same, and everyone should start the same, end up the same, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And remove race from the equation. Do you, I mean, or include race? Do you think that LeBron James and I had the same advantages in life on the basketball court? He's a monster. I mean, he's a giant guy, right? And so he was born with certain advantages that other people are not born with, right? And so you have to realize that when the left is doing these sorts of things, what they're really after is trying to teach this idea of sameness, like we don't have different tastes, which is what Charlie is hinting at when he says, if I gave everybody $100, everybody in this room would do something different with those $100. They don't want you to be an individual, and they're trying to teach us there's something harmful and wrong and backwards about individuality. And also at the same time, they're trying to shame you, to make people that are successful to feel shameful about that. It's even in our language. It's coded in our language to make us feel shameful about success. You know, selfishness. That's selfish. You hear that over and over and over again.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, guys, we're back again to a new video. Today, we're going to check out Charlie Kirk said do good streets. Okay, according Charlie kick because you're kicking us. Let's get right to today's video, guys.
My generation, for our entire lives, every conversation about equality has been one like a seesaw. We're taught that you must push one side down to bring the other side up. And that's something that we know is really, it's inherently discriminatory and it's inherently immoral to think that way. So my question is, as a generation, how can we try to overcome that in this country? And how can we teach our children and the next generations better?
Go first.
Yeah, it's important to define what equality means. They're using this new word and they're letting it slip, which is their real goal, which is equity. There's a difference. So equality under the law is moral and it is essential. It is the tenets of William Blackstone to John Locke to the brilliance of the Founding Fathers. It is the basis behind the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, and the Sixth Amendment, and yes, the First Amendment as well, which is that you have a right to be free, you have a right to be assumed innocent until the state can prove otherwise against you, which is the rule of law that we take for granted in our country. And equality under the law is essential and moral. And there's a second type of equality, equality of opportunity. It is admirable. We should strive towards this. This is why Candace and I are advocates of school choice. We're advocates of rebuilding the American family, of increasing literacy. We're never going to quite get to equality of opportunity, but we can get close and we can make attempts towards it. Then there's the third type of equality, which shouldn't even be called equality. It's really equity, or equity of outcome, which is to take from one group to another and to blame discrimination for that disparity. That is evil, and it must be opposed at all costs. If I gave $100 to every single person in this room and you came back, some people would go buy some stock on Robinhood, other people would go out and have a nice time at the bar, and other people would just lose the money. When you have liberty, outcomes will be different. It's a hard thing to say, but people will be rewarded for good choices and they'll be penalized for bad choices. That's the price of liberty. And so it's very important that we communicate the differences between equality under the law, equality of opportunity, and then equity, which is really forced redistributionism for a desired result, which is nothing more than a totalitarian power grab.
Right, and I'll just add to that one of the underlining more sinister motives that the left is really after, and the institutions are after, and the professors are after, is this idea of collectivizing, right? And to teach you that there's no differences between you and the person next to you, because you guys should all end up the same, and everyone should start the same, end up the same, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And remove race from the equation. Do you, I mean, or include race? Do you think that LeBron James and I had the same advantages in life on the basketball court? He's a monster. I mean, he's a giant guy, right? And so he was born with certain advantages that other people are not born with, right? And so you have to realize that when the left is doing these sorts of things, what they're really after is trying to teach this idea of sameness, like we don't have different tastes, which is what Charlie is hinting at when he says, if I gave everybody $100, everybody in this room would do something different with those $100. They don't want you to be an individual, and they're trying to teach us there's something harmful and wrong and backwards about individuality. And also at the same time, they're trying to shame you, to make people that are successful to feel shameful about that. It's even in our language. It's coded in our language to make us feel shameful about success. You know, selfishness. That's selfish. You hear that over and over and over again. You have to take care of yourself first, right? Your family second. You bring up talking about how do we make things better in the future. take care of yourself, and that's really a Socratic idea there, right? Socrates in the very beginning walked around and said to people, how are you doing? Take care of yourself. But what he really meant is that make sure you're doing work individually. Until you are a good person and you are on your own 2 feet, you should not be seeking to change the entire world. Make sure your home is in order before you try to step into somebody else's and make a difference. So really ignore those professors, focus on yourself, and you'll be able to do better in the long run to help others.
This was actually a beautiful conversation, and I actually respected the conversation because it was peaceful and it was not abusive or insultive in any way. Because I love how Charlie answered that question. Like, if you give every single person $100, every single person is going to bring out something different. If they have to come back again with $100, they're going to get something different or buy something different. You understand? Because every single person is different in their own way. You know, when you talk about equality, saying we're all equal, we are in the sight of the law, we should all be equal, but everyone has their own belief and mindsets. You understand? So according to Candace Owens, people kind of like see sources now as a way of being selfish or self-centered. Like, if you are successful, you'll be like, this person is very selfish, this person is different from us. You understand? Because they want to live in that level of mediocrity of like, okay, this is our group. We are all equal right here. Any other person who is like this is not part of our group. They are all selfish. So they give people that mindset of like, they are never equal. You see, this narrative of the left, they just don't want everybody to be individual, to have your own blueprints. Let me use the word like that, because they're pushing that narrative that like everyone is sameness, everyone is the same, everyone is equal. But if you look closely into the scope, you notice that we are all not equal. You understand? Everyone has their own identical or individuality. You understand? So we are all not the same. If you put race or remove race or saying the aspect of like strengths, we are all not the same. You understand? We are all different in every aspect. We are all different. So I love the student's question. It makes sense, but at the same time, I also respect the answer that Charlie and Candace Owen gave to the student, because they actually put him straight in the right path, because I feel like he was actually like confused because of this left-wing narrative. Okay, according to the guy, when they talk about like the part of equality, you have to push one down to bring another one up. That is the movement of the left. Like, we are all not equal, we are all different, and for a better future for tomorrow, we have to first take care of ourselves to make ourselves much, much, much better. And if someone says you are selfish for making yourself much better and also striving for success, so be it. You understand? So be it. I want to be like that. I want to grow myself to be much better than who I was yesterday, and probably much better than my fellow mates. You understand? So you have to strive for yourself to make yourself much bigger and better ahead. That is just it. Rewarded for good choices and also be penalized, also like judged or punished for bad choices. So that is the price of liberty. You understand? That is the price we have to pay for liberty. And liberty is what keeps our country keep on going. You understand? Which is really, really, really important. When there's liberty, outcomes always different. And I love that statement from Charlie, and I truly, truly respect that. So comment down below what you think about this video. Give us a thumbs up, share this video to as many as you can, subscribe to our channel, guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.